All right, welcome everyone. We're about to take a classic marketing concept, one we all know and love, and give it a serious, high-tech makeover. Let's just jump straight in. So, the 7 Ps, right? Product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence. They're the absolute bedrock of what we do. But let's be totally honest with ourselves. That foundation is starting to look a little bit dated, isn't it? Kind of like an old avocado bathroom suite. It was solid, it did the job, but you wouldn't install one today. So, I want you to grab your virtual hard hats because we're about to knock down some of those old dusty walls and install some seriously smart tech. We're going to completely transform this classic framework using the power of MarTech. Okay, let's get our hands dirty with this renovation. We're going to start with the blueprints of our marketing house, the Ps themselves, and go on a little room-by-room tour to see how technology slots into every single one. First up, process. Now, the old way, it was like trying to build flat-pack furniture with a dodgy Allen key and instructions that made absolutely no sense. You know the drill. Endless manual data entry, those awful email chains that never die, constantly chasing people for approvals, an absolute nightmare. The new way, it's a fully kitted out smart home. Everything just works. And the magic trick behind all this is something called workflow automation. The motto here is really simple. If you find yourself doing a tedious, repetitive job more than once, for the love of all that is holy, automate it. Let the tech handle the grunt work so you can actually use your brain for what it's best at, coming up with brilliant creative ideas. Next up is promotion. You see, we're moving away from that old megaphone approach, just shouting this same message at absolutely everyone and just hoping for the best. Instead, we're becoming more like a personal shopper, whispering the perfect, tailored suggestion to each individual customer at precisely the right moment. And this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it. MarTech transforms marketing from an art that's based on a lot of guesswork into a science driven by actual data. Think about it. Your campaign's live. Your analytics are telling you that your Facebook ads are absolutely smashing it, but Google is just lagging. The old way, you'd probably wait for a report at the end of the month. The MarTech way, you shift that budget over immediately in real time to get the biggest bang for your buck. And here it is. This is your ultimate toolkit. Seriously, this is the cheat sheet for the exam. This slide maps a real-world tool to every single one of the Ps. So you can use something like Typeform to get feedback that actually shapes your product, you can use Shopify to manage your online place, and you can use Trustpilot to provide that crucial physical evidence that builds trust with your customers. It's literally a complete blueprint for a modern marketing strategy. So we've renovated all the rooms, but what about the new central heating system that's powering this entire smart home? Let's take a look. Because behind every great renovation, there's a powerful hidden engine making it all run smoothly. And in the world of MarTech, that engine is automation. Now, this is going to sound completely backwards, I know, but it's absolutely true. Using robots is the secret to making your marketing feel more, human. The goal isn't to be robotic. It's to use algorithms to deliver a more relevant, more personal experience for each and every one of your customers. You know what it's like? It's the exact same magic as Spotify Wrapped. Every year, millions of us get this really personal summary of our listening habits. It feels like it was made just for us, right? And we can't wait to share it. But it's all delivered at the same time thanks to some very clever automation. That's what personalization at massive scale looks like. Now, have a look at this number, 451%. And no, that's not a typo. According to industry analysis, that is the average increase in qualified leads for businesses that properly automate their lead nurturing. I mean, that figure is so huge, it almost sounds made up. For a business, that changes everything. It takes you from just hoping for growth to actually engineering a predictable pipeline. So how on earth is that possible? Well, it's because automation acts like a tireless, perfectly organized assistant. It makes sure that no potential customer ever falls through the cracks just because of simple human error or because someone's having a really busy day. It just provides that consistent, rules-based follow-up every single time. So here's how that 451% actually happens. This machine is always on. First, it listens for signals, like a customer visiting your pricing page. Then it scores that level of interest. And then it acts. If a lead is hot, boom, it alerts a human to make a call. If they're just lukewarm, it automatically nurtures them with the right content until they are ready to buy. It's a perfect system where no lead ever gets left behind. But, and this is a big but, Like any powerful tool, a chainsaw, a sports car, my mother-in-law's opinions, automation comes with an instruction manual. And if you ignore it, you can have some rather epic and very public fails. And why this all matters is pretty simple. Customers can spot bad automation a mile off. So your job is to be the human, strategic mind behind the machine. Use it to empower your team so they can focus on creativity and strategy, not to replace them. And for heaven's sake, don't be creepy with data. Respecting people's privacy is everything. Okay, so that's the theory. Now, we're handing the blueprints over to you for a bit of a practical challenge. I want you to start thinking about how this applies to your own company, or maybe a business that you know really well. So here's the scenario for you. It's a classic local business, and they're struggling with two very, very common marketing headaches. First, their branding is all over the place. It's a bit of a dog's dinner, frankly. And second, their sales team is completely wasting their time on inquiries that just go nowhere. Total tire kickers. So, here's your final challenge for today. Based on everything we've just covered, which two tools from our MarTech toolkit would you choose to give Bricks and Clicks the biggest, quickest win? I want you to think about the 7 Ps, think about automation, and be ready to justify your choices. And as you're doing that, think about your own company. Where are your avocado bathroom suites that could do with a MarTech makeover?